everybody. My name is Jess, the Tarot Tunist, and I have a timeless pick a card just for you. Your next 72 hours. Pile number 1, we have Lazy River. Wearing a little bikini, a cigarette, a little inner tube. Goodness, pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have a rubber mallet. The little heart locket thing. Rubber mallet, pile number 2. And lastly, we have turtle with hair. Thank you, TikTok, for making me discover that someone does this, and it's amazing. Turtle with hair, pile number 3. Go with your gut, and I'll see you at your reading. Toodles. Hello, everybody who chose pile number 1, Lazy River. This message is just for you. Your next 72 hours. All signs are welcome. I am feeling really strong Sagittarius, Cancer, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, Pisces, and Capricorn. But all signs are welcome. I also get that for a select few of you, some of you might be getting a new facial tattoo, like above the eyebrow, or you might be interested in getting that. But for others, I do get that I'm sorry to say this, you might like bump your head like right above your eyebrow. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't have to give you bad news. But it's not going to be bad. It's just going to be like a little bump. But yeah, I just keep seeing something happening above maybe you're getting an eyebrow piercing. But yeah, I'm just getting something to do with your eyebrow, your right eyebrow. So, if you've been asking yes or no questions in your mind, the answer is yes. And I get that right now your luck is really on the up and up, pile number 1. So it's not like, oh, so go and buy a lottery ticket, even though go ahead. I really see more if you want to, pick up a new hobby, you're going to be finding exactly what you're looking for. The money is going to be available to you to spend. Someone's going to be able to cover your shift so you can go. It's like those things. Like, I just see the universe really green lighting a lot of the things that you want. Pile number 1, let's cut down right to it. The next 72 hours, what I see for you is doing some quiet introspection in the beginning of the first part of the 72 hours. I get that you might be watching a lot of History Channel documentaries, war documentaries, war movies, war-based dramas. I get that right now you are really resonating with the life of a soldier. And I get that your physical life is doing good. Like, I get that your world's doing okay, everything's fine. However, I get that you are coming out of some shadow work, and you are just feeling like war torn, you know what I mean? And you're just feeling a little burned out, right? So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that you really resonate right now with the life of a soldier. I also get that you're going to be seeing a crow or a murder of crows, and this could be online. I also get that, like, every time you have an introspective thought, you might be seeing a black bird in your path. That's a message from Spirit. And actually, this wasn't part of anyone's reading. I did some homework. When I saw the big crow, I hear that you're going to be hearing the caw. I'm sorry, and I love you. Really, what the crow is saying is, which part of your life is or maybe going through a transition? Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, or cities. Whatever it is, the crow is a signal that you are ready to make the change. And I get that that's what you're realizing, that like any self-limits that you imposed on yourself, you're challenging it. And that was the shadow work. You were challenging other things that you limited yourself with. And you're like, well, what else am I doing that with? And that's what I get. And I get that as the more you love yourself, the authentic self of you, and the more that you see yourself through it, you're going to be creating this really positive, exciting 8 of Wands energy. And it's going to lead you to this energy, the angel Astara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. I get that your self-worth, self-love is increasing, and the more you do that, the more it's going to create energy. And I see by the end of the 72 hours, you're going to be really excited about something that it feels big, but it feels doable. It feels like you can grab it, but you definitely have to believe in yourself. This will not happen if you do not hype yourself up the way like Flava Flav would hype you up. You know what I mean? You also could be watching some really trashy TV like Flavor of Love. Go for it. Have fun. Because I do get that, like, yes, you are feeling really intense, but you also need to throw some fun in, right? I also see that some of you might be going to a celebratory dinner really soon, like in the next 72 hours. But some of you also might be making the plan to go. It's like a big celebratory dinner. It's going to have all this delicious food that you love. I also get that you might be buying some bananas really soon. There is somebody attached to you. Now, this is a love deck. This can be romantic or platonic, but I would say if it is platonic or your family, like this is just somebody you deeply love, right? And this is somebody who you are separated from. Will this pain ever stop? So I get that anytime this person thinks of you, it hurts. It really hurts. And what Spirit, God, the universe wants you to know when it comes to this person, and you know who they are, is the clock. Needing time cycles and takes time. Time to heal and progressing. This person might like grunge or Stone Temple Pilots, because obviously takes time with a wounded hand. That's immediately what it comes up. This person could struggle with substance abuse, or this person could also, I get that you're really attracted to this person and vice versa. There's a really, I mean, even if it's just like a platonic connection, I just get that you both are really like, have great chemistry. So I also get that they might be going through a fashion change, or they might have very like niche fashion senses. Like maybe they are obsessed with the 90s or the 70s, and that's how they dress. You know what I mean? So I digress. Let's get into your tarot message, pile number 1. Pile 1's next 72 hours, please. I'm so sorry. We have the we have the King of Cups in reverse, followed by the Ace of Swords in reverse. So strong air energy. We have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Followed by the Four of Cups in the reverse. So this is, okay. What I'm truly seeing for you, pile number 1, is that the fog is clearing. You are emotionally able to separate yourself from life, and in a healthy way. Like you're able to set healthy boundaries, but you're fully immersed emotionally. The King of Cups is somebody who's emotionally distant, emotionally manipulative, and they like to do this with people because they like to control. And I get that you're really facing a lot of your emotional control issues. Maybe you like to fully be in control and you push people away, or you fully are in control and you pick people that need you, or vice versa. And I get that, fully in control and you pick people that also have that same, love language, right? Like this is definitely like twin flame energy. But when it comes to you, I just see that you are really able to break through that within this next 72 hours, like this emotional fog, this emotional, like, what do I do? And I'm not saying you're a bad person. It's nothing to do with that. I'm just saying you're able to separate yourself from really hard emotional feelings. And you're able to see the light and make really good decisions for yourself, and you're able to break through this apathetic, like, oh, fuck it, I don't care feeling. I really see that for you, and I see a lot of things happening as soon as you love yourself fully. I get that there are parts of you that you don't love. And look, it's easy for us to do that, right? It's easy for us to love ourselves when we are 5 pounds lighter, when we have clear skin, when our hair is fuller, and when we, when it's the weekend and our bank account's full. You know what I mean? Like when all the conditions are perfect, it's really easy. But that's what love isn't. What love is loving yourself when you're 5 pounds heavier, when your hair is shitty, when you're making not the best decisions, and when it's a Tuesday and you gotta go to work, you're loving yourself through hard things. And I get that as you're doing that, you separated yourself from somebody who's also struggling with that as well. So, is there anything else you would like to say for pile number 1? We have the High Priestess in the upright, so Cancer, followed by the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, followed by the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So that's right. That's just your reading. As a result, you have become the High Priestess. Yeah, you're building energy, but right now, no actions being made. You're not making major choices, and that's a good thing. Right now, you're really exploring your inner world, what you really want. As a result, you not only read between the lines, you can see like other people's shadow work right away. You're like, oh, not like, and that can be like simply seeing and recognizing red flags and doing something about it right away. I get that nothing is getting past you. And since you're working on shadow work, this person, they could be a really strong earth sign. So they could be air or earth. So that is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They are a person that drags their feet with commitment. They don't have much to offer you. I get that financially they might not be doing well, but this is a person who not only drags their feet with commitment, it's like it's half-ass seeds, it's half-ass gifts, it's I'll take you on a date, but it's to McDonald's in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you're missing the mark. And it's not about spending money. I'm just saying, like, like the effort of real commitment isn't there. And you see that. So, I hope that helped. Oh, and you might be getting some special messages in the next 72. I hope that helped. Until next time, love you. Toodles. Hello, everybody that chose pile number 2, Rubber Mallet. This message is just for you. Your next 72 hours. All signs are welcome. I am feeling really strong. Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Virgo. But like I said, all signs are welcome, and I'll dive more into the signs with the tarot. I see the next 72 hours for you, pile number 2, just really like restorative, good energy. Like, so we have rest and sweetness. So I get, when I say beauty rest, I get that you are really just feeling not only good about yourself, but you're really embracing who you are. I get that you might even be doing, your hair when you're not even going out type of energy. I get that you are buying some new bath product, and I would definitely suggest, if you can afford it, to buy some new bath product just for yourself, like a body scrub or something extravagant, like, not extravagant, but something that's not just soap and shampoo, like something like a little more luxurious. Something that, like I said, brings out your sensuality, like sandalwood, patchouli, and rose, any of those scents. I'm also seeing in the next 72 hours, you cuddling up with a really good book. And I see that some of you might be actually getting a spa service, like maybe getting a mani-pedi or getting a massage or whatever the case may be. Even just taking a relaxing, like a super restorative bath or shower at your home. I see that happening. But what I mean by rest, not just beauty sleep, even though I do see that like you are going to be getting better sleep the next few hours, the next few days, I really see that you are redefining femininity. I get that this next 72 hours, you're going to be doing some inner work, especially while you're in the shower, maybe while you're journaling or just creating. And you're going to be thinking of your mother, your wife, your sister, or your daughter. You're going to be thinking of all the women in your life and how much they inspire you, how strong they were, but also how you want to make better choices and how you have made better choices than your mother, and how you broke in cycles of your grandmother, and how you wish to inspire your sister, and how, you know, the responsibility you have to your daughter, all these things, you know, I see that you're really contemplating, but really celebrating your role in these women's lives and the women that will come after you. And I see that you're just really, and I see that you're going to be having really good communication with the women in your life the next 72 hours. And I just get, really just reveling in alone time. I get you're making the most of alone time, and as you should. Something to do with pink flowers. The color pink in general is really significant. You might be seeing some pink butterflies somewhere, or, you know, the next time you're at the grocery store, buy yourself a pink rose or whatever you like. Just buy yourself something just for you. But yeah, I keep seeing pink flowers being really significant. Interesting though. We're getting to the other side of your next 72 hours. I see that you had to cut someone out. I see cut down, separation, cutting out, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Oh my God, look, like, and there's the axe and the rubber mallet. I'm getting, you have, by reflecting and doing the hard work that the women in your family didn't want to do. I'm not trying to call anyone out, but that's what I'm seeing. By doing some inner work and making choices and sacrifices, I get that you are now dealing with things like, look, that's serious, and the rubber mallet is rubber. Like, it's not gonna hurt. So I get right now, like, you've done the hard work. So right now life is, it's not really hard. You don't have to really break things down because you've already done it. Healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. You are doing it. You have been doing it, and you're in the healing phase. You're just in the, oh, look, and you have healing twice. So yeah, I get that right now. It's just like, it's not a sad healing. You're just doing really good, and you're really appreciating your role in the world and in the lives of women that you have. There is somebody you're attached to. This feels very romantic, but it could be platonic. This is somebody that you've had intimacy shared with. It can be, like I said, you know, romantic, platonic. Will you leave me like the others? And then you have Bridget. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. You might be hearing of a death pretty soon. I'm sorry. I don't like giving bad news. And I'm not saying, I don't see it being like directly related to you. But I see like someone approaching you being like, oh, my so-and-so passed away. Like, I hear that coming up really soon. But I digress. I get that there is a person in your life that you have cut out, that you've had to cut out, that you've healed from, that you move forward from. Some of you, I do see them wanting to... For all of you, I see them wanting to come back. And I'm going to be honest, for a lot of you, will you leave me like the others? A lot of them want to reapproach you and make you an offer. And if they do make you an offer, what Spirit, God, the universe wants to say is you don't have to totally be scared of it or reject it. But don't get totally dissuaded by this person coming back. Because I do see, like you... I get that they're also healing, or I get that they're honestly going through a tower moment. This doesn't seem like this person's coming back anytime soon, but if anyone from your past is coming back, really just take a pause, give it 24 hours before you make any decisions. Really, because you created and cultivated such a wonderful world for yourself. and you're redefining so many things, and you want to let people in your world, but it's like, do you want to let unhealthy people in your world? You know? So, I digress. Pile number 2. Let's get into it. You know what? There it goes. Okay. We have, because this deck I had to use for pile 1, because pile 1 was a little more heavier. I'm just going to keep using this deck, even though your energy doesn't feel like this at all. We're just going to roll with it. So we have the Magician in the reverse. So that's Gemini, that's Virgo. Followed by the Ace of Wands in reverse. So what I'm getting is that you have been doing the shadow work of, you're a powerful person and you know it. You make shit happen. You're the glue in a lot of situations. You bring people together, but I get that you know, and I know that you're a badass. But your kryptonite, or the thing that you struggle with, one of your shadows, would be that you get a lot of inspiration and a lot of like burst of energy, but as soon as you get them, they die pretty quickly. Like the flame doesn't stay lit for long. You lose interest really quickly. I also get that you also could be attracting people that are really flaky, or maybe the person that, will you leave me like the others? I get that you also drawn in people that struggle with this, but I get that it's like this deep flakiness. Like they always cancel last minute. You can't really count on them, or you can count on them to do not the right thing. It's one of those scenarios. But yeah, I'm just getting that you've worked really hard on, I don't want to call it laziness, but there was an unwillingness to really put forth, like to hold on to it. But it was hard for you to hold on to it because truly because it wasn't coming from a loving place. The things that you wanted, they weren't coming from an authentic place in the past. We have the Hanged Man in the upright, followed by the 3 of Cups in the upright. As a result, from doing this shadow work, you are connected mind, body, and soul. Right now, Spirit, God, the universe is telling me with these cards is, aside from this romantic connection, your job is to have fun. You've done hard work. I mean, don't make careless decisions, but right now is the time to connect with people, connect with your friends, connect with your family, connect with the people that make you feel heard and seen. And if you don't have that many people in your life that do that, then just do things. Even if you're like, I'm not going to make a friend, just like, you know what? I'm going to go out, and I always wanted to take a pottery class. I'm just going to do it. Or there's a craft fair. I'm just going to do it. And I see you really celebrating, and I see you celebrating yourself, mind, body, soul. You're connected. You know what you want more than ever. In this next 72 hours, I see you really prioritizing fun and connections. I get that you might be getting some text messages, phone calls, FaceTimes, some good stuff. What Spirit, God, the universe wants you to know about this connection, it's a hangman. Right now, you need to look at this relationship and relationships from a different perspective, and you already are. With time, you'll be able to see this clearly. But right now, this is like the sign to put your feet up on the couch and not relax, but just know that it's not the time to make any decisions with this person. You know, you don't have to. It's not wait for them, but just know that there are some things that need to shift and die in order for them to come to you. So that is what I have for you, pile number 2. Yeah, death is right under that. I hope that helped. I love you. Toodles. Hello, everybody who chose pile number 3. turtle with hair, this message is just for you. Your next 72 hours. All signs are welcome. I am feeling really strong. Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Capricorn, and Aries. But all signs are welcome, and I'll dive more into the signs with the tarot. I get that you might have recently went to the coastline, or maybe took a little beach vacation, or now, it doesn't really feel like a beach vacation. It feels like a New England type of town, you know? I know that's like the card image, but I'm really feeling like maybe you went to the coastline recently, or you could have recently ate some seafood, or maybe you're planning to have a really good seafood meal, or pancakes. I'm also getting that you are attached to somebody, or you could like Arrested Development, or you could like Liza Minnelli. You might be hearing or seeing, you know, a clip on, you know, TikTok, YouTube. And ultimately, I get that you're hearing some gossip. But before I dive into that, your pile number 3, has lots of different little pieces your next 72 hours. I get that you are quite the busy bee. Out of all the piles, this doesn't feel like a lot of sitting, even though she is sitting. I get that your next 72 hours is going to be filled with enchantment. And not just enchantment, I get that you are really listening to Spirit, and Spirit is trusting you with information that, not that it didn't trust you with before, but you weren't willing to listen to. And I get that you're going to be hearing a lot of things. And I get things that weren't visible before to you are coming to light. And it's going to make you go, huh. You know, it's like this whole time I thought you rejected me because of this, and it was really because of that, you know? Huh. I get that you are really hard on yourself, pile number 3. And you always take the blame for things. And I get that you have been working really hard on that shadow. You know, I get that this rejection I get it's from a specific person. It could be a fire sign, or it could be a water sign. And like I said, of all the piles, I mean, romantic or platonic, you know, take it as it resonates, but this does feel very romantic to me, and this does feel very like twin flamey. So what I'm getting is that this person that rejected you, that left you, that ditched you, whatever the case may be, I get that it has caused you to learn how to grow a tail and just go with the flow. I get that you're a person that is like an earth sign. You like, you know, routine, and you like, you know, knowing. You don't really care for surprises unless you know they're going to be happy, but then you have to know they're happy. Like you're a person that likes to plan things, and I get that you have been really doing some shadow work, and you have been doing great with going with the flow, making last minute changes, emotionally securing yourself, and just kind of enjoying the variety of life of how it can take you. And I get that that's what you're doing, and you're exploring lots of different avenues, and you are taking on the message of King Solomon, which is like a king. You are setting foundations for yourself and healthy boundaries, and you are putting your needs first, and not just like your emotional needs, but I mean, no, it is all your emotional needs. It's what you want. What do you want your life to look like outside of a partnership? What do you want? You don't need to have a partnership to have the house. You don't need to have the partnership to go travel to Europe. You don't need the partnership to do any of that stuff. I get that travel is really significant for you. You might be thinking about traveling in the next 72 hours, or planning a trip in the next 72 hours. We have ascending, learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. I get that, in the next 72 hours, you might be doing, like pile 2, you might be doing a spa service, but I get that you have been really taking care of yourself. This rejection, and I get this rejection happened a while ago, but I get you are really learning how to emotionally take care of yourself. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. So I know like not everyone can do that, right? But the next time you can, make your shower uber luxurious. Or, Google how to make your own sugar scrub and do that in the shower. Like, you deserve it. Or, you know what I like to do? I will get the big, like, gallon bags from the dollar store, or I'll just get plastic wrap, get lotion, and like wrap my feet, and then fuzzy socks. Just doing something luxurious for yourself. But I really just get that you also might be getting a gift. Maybe buying yourself a gift. But what I'm also seeing is that there is a person attached to you that wants to say, I can't come to you now. They are having jarring realizations that is stopping themselves from coming forward. And isn't that interesting? And you're realizing that too. And I get that you're seeing it, even if they're not saying it. I also get whether it's romantic or platonic. If it was romantic, you had really good sexual chemistry with this person. If it was platonic, I just get that you guys had good chemistry in general. So, I digress. Let's get into your message pod number 3. We have the Hermit in reverse. I get that you could be getting a manicure, or if you can, maybe you can get out of work early today, or maybe go before work tomorrow, whatever you can, treat yourself. And if you can't afford it, I would say go get your favorite nail polish color, get all the supplies, and give one for yourself at home. But I digress. We have the Hermit in reverse. Sorry, that was a floop. Followed by the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Followed by Strength. And how it's fallen, interesting. I'm going to keep it that way. Okay. So what I'm seeing is that you have took the time to work on your shadows. Pile number 3. And your shadow is the shadow of not having enough, of not feeling like you're enough, feeling left out. Now, this could be physical lack. So maybe you did go through a financial hardship or a physical hardship. But what I'm seeing is that you could be introverted, but I see that you tend to isolate when you don't feel adequate or when you don't feel enough, but you also use that to justify like why you do it. Like, see, I'm not like this person, so I can't. I get that there was a lot of this, like you accepted less than what you deserved. And this rejection has taught you how incredibly strong you are, how to not only take a minute to rest, but how to tame those shadows. Dude, if you didn't have this, you would have the shadow of the lion that is uncontrollable, that just rips people's faces off, So don't beat yourself up. And I get that that's what you're learning, pile number 3. You're learning how to not put yourself in physical lack because of self-isolation. But I also do get that money is getting better. And I get that maybe you made some, not the greatest financial choices with this person. Maybe you therapy shopped. And I get that right now you have really been working on your priorities. And if it's not that, it's your health. And if it's not your health, it's, however it resonates for you. We have the Emperor in reverse, followed by the Knight of Wands in reverse. So we have really strong fire energy. That is Aries, Leo, Sag. Let me get one more. Thank you. So I get that the person you're attached to, they don't have to be a man, but they are somebody who is a hard ass and who can have the capability of being like a pure asshole. Like doing things out of spite, doing things and making it hard just because they can type of person. And the reason that they are doing that, and they're doing some soul searching right now. I mean, it's not happening anytime soon, but you're seeing the reason that they were like an asshole is they're an asshole to themselves. They are critical with themselves. They are brutal with themselves. And you're seeing that now. I also get that you might be hearing I gossip's not healthy, right? But I do hear that you might be hearing some things that are going to help you see like, oh, it really wasn't my fault. There was really nothing I could have did, or whatever the case may be. They might have injured themselves, you might be hearing, or something to do with like a cut, like blood. But anyways, what I'm getting is that this person, their shadow is being so stuck in their ways because they lack the real fire and assertiveness that it takes to make real commitment happen. They are hasty, they make bad decisions. They're not somebody who's stable. They might hold a lot of power, but they're somebody who's like, who flies off the handle real fast or justifies their actions like, you made me do this type of situation. This is a person who escapes from real responsibility. And I get that, yeah, this is totally twin flamey. This is somebody, like, you're somebody that they control, and you are somebody who, you know, thinks they're a good leader. In a healthy version, that would be great, but it's not that way. You're learning that it takes two people to lead a beautiful empire, and this person is seeing how controlling they really are and how it's ruining their life and how it's really put out their desire to even try. So, and the reason I left the strength like this is because right now it's kind of undecided. The truth is, I consider it upright. You are learning your own inner strength. You're going with the flow, and you're learning that you can be just as strong, and you're stronger when you're more flexible. And this person has not learned that lesson yet. So the next 72 hours, I see you really realizing that and hearing some tea. So until next time.